Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special Saturday Morning Cartoons episode of SPW. I, once again, am your host, Nick, and tonight, if you don't recognize this fellow, let me just bring you back to the golden age of cartoons of the 80s. Thunder! Thundercats! Oh! Yeah, that's right. That was the catchphrase for this man, Lion-O of the Thundercats. Looking straight out of the cartoon. I'm absolutely props to the 2K community. You never let me down. But Lion-O comes down to the ring. He stands 6'4", weighs 225 pounds. If you didn't know, pretty much every action hero, even cartoon-wise, of the 80s was basically a weightlifter. So, yeah, incidentally, Lion-O making his debut on SPW, representing the Thundercats, and, of course, on SPW, we like to have rivals face off, especially now that I'm doing these Saturday morning cartoons. I do feel as though, you know what, who else would be better to have Lion-O face off against but Mumm-Ra, his nemesis. And I forget the spell that, like, Mumm-Ra casts. It's kind of one of those things. Back in the day, it was literally like a half-hour episode, but it was almost like 15 minutes of new material and then the same 10 minutes of material day in, day out, of people transforming. Kind of like Power Rangers, you know how, it's morphin' time, and then, you get the same sequence. Yeah, it's a way to save money. Did you know that? That's why that happened. But at any rate, I digress. Mumm-Ra! Look at that. That is the spot-on version. I mean, not unlike Lion-O. That is a perfect version of Mumm-Ra. Coming down to the ring, Mumm-Ra, actually, did you know that he's supposed to stand 9 feet tall? And I couldn't find a weight limit, so we're just going to roll with about 450. I'd say he looks like a solid 450. Like, look at that. Like, he's ripped, so, like, if he was overweight, he'd be like 600-700 pounds. But he's a lean 450. But Mumm-Ra, if you didn't know, okay, just to catch you up, yes, I'm a little older than I should be to be doing this. But yeah, these are the cartoons that, you know what, even at my time, were a little ahead of my time. I'm not going to lie, like, my older brother was really, he was the more into He-Man, and he even mentioned to me recently that I was more of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle generation. And I'm like, you know what, you're absolutely right. Because I've seen literally every iteration of TMNT, and I love that stuff. So I'm always down for that. They will be on the channel eventually. They have been in the past, so don't you worry. They were former tag team champions. If you've been following the channel, we have it was a sticky situation with the belts in that one. We have half of the former tag team until we get a Falcon, and then who knows what's going to happen then. But either way, we've got a new Captain America and Winter Soldier tag team champion. So, excited about that. Oh my goodness! I had to hold my breath for a sec because Lion-O looks like he's on the receiving end of a Mumm-Ra beating there for a moment, but able to turn things around quickly. And then now outside the ring, this is just a good old-fashioned, legal, normal matchup. I've had a lot of weapons. I'm not going to lie, on the channel, I like to have weapons. I like hardcore matches. That was another thing that dates me a little bit, but, back in the 90s, in the late 90s, I should say especially, like ECW and the Hardcore Championship, and a lot of those matches, man, they are what made me just love and appreciate wrestling for what it is. Here we go. One! Just a one count. Not to mention, if I hadn't told you, my grandpa was a wrestler, and as a matter of fact, my uncle's brother. So, however that you relate that, but my uncle's brother was in WWE at a time. He was Chief Gator Wolf. So, like, I got the oh, what is happening? Come on, ref. Just keep counting. Lion-O somehow broke up the count. I don't know if that was something he intended to do. I was trying to tell a story, and I get distracted. But either way, like I said, my grandpa was Dude Michaels, my uncle's brother was Chief Gator Wolf, so wrestling is in my blood. That's just one of those things, and you know what? And I'm a nerd through and through, so that's why we're here on Saturday Morning Cartoons. Slapfest back and forth. Look at this incredible shot from camera one. Good job, camera one. Slaps to the chest. Oh, there's a stiff fist. Don't tell anybody I said that. Giggity. Stiff fist! Back and forth! These two are stiff fisting each other. Sorry. Sometimes I just like words. Wordplay is fun. Oh, submission hold! Look at this! A reverse armbar being applied. Some MMA moves being busted out by Lion-O. I don't even think MMA existed in the 80s. So I think he's way ahead of his time. Look at this. Oh no, off the ropes, getting sent. Ass over tea kettle. And one more time. Oh! Spine buster. Lion-O is laid flat and Mumm-Ra is running wild right now. Oh no. Oh! Pancakes him down. Lion-O on the receiving end. Oh no. Mumm-Ra going up top with 9 feet, 450 pounds of mummy. Oh! Shoulder block to the chest. And now Lion-O, he is in danger. What does Mumm-Ra have in store? Oh, Lion-O counters! Lands an elbow to the knee. That's gotta, I mean, that'll leave you limping the next day. I don't care who you are here. But then a kick to the chops. Going for the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out. By the way, we're once again in our incredible, I'm just going to call it Gray Skull Arena because this is just too good. I mean, I know it's not He-Man, but still, it feels very appropriate. 1, 2, 3! Lion-O! For probably I don't even know how many episodes. You know what? 100 even seems like an exaggeration. There was probably like 50, 60 episodes of Thundercats. Everything had to be hand animated back in the day, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't know, appreciate that fact. You know, computers do things for us and make everything faster, and we're spoiled. But man, back in the day, this stuff had to be hand-drawn. It was rotoscoped, like literally Walt Disney style, where they just like pre-filmed things and then had to animate it, like draw over the top of it, frame by frame. It was incredible. The fact that we got these cartoons is mind-blowing. Hats off to the animators. Hats off to Lion-O. Hats off to the Thundercats and all 80s cartoons for teaching a whole generation morals. I loved cartoons back in the day. They'd always be like, and the more you know, at the end of it. It was fun stuff. But at any rate, hopefully you enjoyed this. I know I did. This is just pure nostalgia for me. But if you stuck around and did the thing, like, subscribe. We're going to be doing more of this, at least for a little while. If you want to see more Saturday morning cartoons, just let me know. I'll keep it going, maybe longer. But until then, y'all have a good week, and we will see you next time. By the way, happy WrestleMania. Happy WrestleMania, if I didn't say that right. I think I got it off. Either way, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Good night.